One moment. Gotta turn one more feature on. Oh shit, controller's over there. I'll let the intro just letting the cinematic do its thing. Not much room to talk. Welcome to Chaos World. Alright. So, well, the music not continue. Let's pretend like I didn't touch that. Let's start a new game. November 6th, 2009 AD, 10:28 p.m. It came without warning. Oh, shit, sorry. Hold on. I'll let this play out real quick. Okay, here we go. 1 second. Shit. Hold on. Right here. Just microphone. Hello. Hello. There. Okay. Okay, back to it. It was a magnitude 7.8 earthquake, with an epicenter directly under the city. This disaster reduced one of Tokyo's busiest downtown areas to nothing in a single night. The high-rise buildings that had birthed so many trends and fads collapsed, as if giving up on their role in society. black fire spread through the city. As individuals fell into the grip of the crowd's psychology, their terror was magnified. Combined, all of these things took many lives. The final death toll was 3,851. The final number of injured, 30,927. This event would later be known as the Shibuya earthquake. Even in all that destruction, people still suffered the most in their hearts. Some who had lost their families came together to share new resolve, while others who'd been forced to watch their friends die were driven by guilt to take their own lives. As a baby was miraculously reunited with its parents after 72 hours, a child in an evacuation shelter asked aloud, "When's Mommy coming home?" We had no answer. Some of the wounded made it to hospitals by looking at real-time updates on the web. Others saw people on the internet talking about the disaster as if it were a movie in a given moment. A homeless man was saved from malnutrition by an organized volunteer group. But at the same time, a middle school boy punched a self-centered volunteer who'd come to Shibuya to find himself in the face. It was the first time in that boy's life he'd ever been violent. The psychological toll was incredible, and many of the survivors would later manifest symptoms similar to those associated with PTSD. The young were hit the hardest, and before long, the cause of those symptoms was given a name: Chaos Child Syndrome. Rebuilding happened at a feverish pitch never seen before. It felt inappropriate to say, "hang in there," but people felt that somebody had to do something. The new slogan was Shibuya, a city reborn, and no amount of money or manpower was spared in aiding the endeavor. The whole town was in the grip of a fever. In private, a leader of the redevelopment effort said, "This may sound unkind, but this frenzy feels like a town burying its grief by holding a festival." Codes were rigorously evaluated with an eye toward earthquake engineering. Perhaps in an effort to emphasize the city's safety, security cameras were put up all over town. Shibuya would become a place where everyone could live in peace. But at the same time, a rumor began to spread about the earthquake. Something about this earthquake doesn't make sense. There were no aftershocks, and the damage had spread in a strange way. Harajuku and Ibusu, areas only a kilometer away from Shibuya, suffered few casualties and even fewer collapsed buildings. This damage pattern had never been observed in any prior earthquake, and so more than a few pundits claim the Shibuya earthquake must have been artificial. More than anything, some of the survivors all said the same things. I saw it. I heard a sound like a ring in my ears. Too many people experienced this for anyone to laugh it off, and no cause of this phenomena was ever found. It was just more evidence to those who believed that something about the earthquake had been wrong. Then, 6 years after the strange earthquake, in 2015, something else was about to attract attention in the reborn city of Shibuya. Now, what kind of annoyance you get is the essential world a disposed society, and I didn't catch the rest of it. September 7th, 2015, Sunday night.
はい。ではいつも通り3分くらい募集をかけるんで、適当によろです。
The second he spoke, the comment box started to fill. Yuma Otani watched it for a few seconds, and then saw the request, "When does Haru tell us she's dating somebody?" He smiled to himself. Just what he wanted. Most of the requests were about hot actors or cute idols. His audience was so stupid that it was easy to tell exactly what they were going to ask. The problem was always whether the name that came out was someone new. That was a question of luck and of how popular they were. But Haru, her full name was Haruku something or other, she was fine. Just a few days ago, he'd forced himself to go to an event he'd rather have skipped and seen it for himself.
よし。
Satisfied, Utani got up to get some snacks like he always did. He lived in a one-bedroom condo located 8 minutes from Shibuya Station. It cost 150,000 yen. It had been built after the earthquake, so the furnishings and layout were modern. A little more room would have been nice, but compared to the 40,000 yen from off the place he lived in last year, it was nothing.
来年にはもうちょっと便利なところに引っ越すか。
At 21 years old, Utani felt satisfied for the first time in his life. In fourth grade, he'd gotten big into online gaming and stopped going to school. Eventually, he'd stopped leaving his room altogether. Then he got addicted to drugs that were slowly ending up release. Once, in the darkness of his future, he'd finally commit suicide. In the chaos after the earthquake 6 years ago, he'd finally managed to leave his room, but his family had already given up. After he failed his entrance exams, he went to live on his own in Shibuya, and he hadn't spoken to his parents since. As far as they knew, he failed the exams 3 times in a row. In fact, he hadn't even gone to the tests after the first time. There wasn't anything he wanted to learn in college, or any companies he wanted to work for badly enough. He had no goal in life at all. But things were different now.
アットちゃんにもたまには本当のことが書かれてるもんだ。チーズでいいか。
He took a block of cheap cheese he bought at the supermarket out of the fridge. Usually, he never ate anything this cheap. But on Nikoniya live streaming, it wasn't just what you said. How you looked when you said it also mattered. Utani wasn't a good-looking man, let alone a cute girl. He was just a plain old guy, and so to keep his program popular, he needed to make them think that he was poor, barely managing to scrape by. That's why he kept the area around his PC and the parts of his apartment that you could see with his webcam completely plain. Don't worry, it's fake. It's not a real website. Last month, he'd finally reached his goal of 4,000 viewers. For a man with nothing going for him on Utani, this was extremely unusual. 3 months ago, he guessed the winners of the popularity contest a certain idol group as well as their total number of hits. That must have really been. After that, his numbers have been going up steadily. Late last month, when streams had appeared at the top of Nikoniya's page, he'd seen a huge increase. Right now, he'd gotten about 45,000. It was quite possible to break 5,000 by the end of the month. It was around late last year when he'd started to wonder about his power. It was a certain rumor on one of Vatchan's occult boards that made him really start to realize what he had. The name he'd chosen for his stream subtly reflected this. Then I learned that I can see the future. He took out a knife to cut the cheese. There was a strange sound.
Huh?
He thought he'd just imagine it when... Knock, 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 knock. He heard it again. It was coming from the door. Someone was clearly knocking on his door.
密林か?
Suspicious, he walked toward the door to answer, then checked the clock. It was 11:41 p.m. Not exactly normal delivery hours.
なんだよ。つか、生放送中だっつうの。
He tried to ignore it, but... The knocking continued. It was the same rhythm, at the same pace. As if the visitor's goal wasn't to come inside, but simply to make that sound. Otani felt a bit creeped out. He decided to go to the intercom camera and see who it was, but then realized that would be pointless. Only the auto-locking door on the first floor had a camera. The door to Otani's room on the 5th floor had an intercom, but no camera. Otani gave up.
くそ。つか、用ならインターホン押せよ。
Knock, 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 knock.
酔っ払いか?
No, the knocks were too steady for that. And there was no voice yelling at him to open up. He'd seen this door a million times, but suddenly it looked somehow different. Someone he didn't know was on the other side of the wall, demanding entry in the middle of the night. Somehow this made the door seem intimidating. Otani thought he might look through the peephole to see who was outside. He was then disgusted to find himself too scared to even get close to the door. Wait, the intercom didn't have a camera, but it did have a microphone. He turned toward the living room so he could use the intercom and find out what they wanted. Otani, it's me. Sorry to come by so suddenly. He stopped when he heard that voice. It's me. I'm very sorry to bother you at this hour. Otani tried to remember who the speaker was, but found he couldn't. But from the tone of the voice and the words, he probably weren't a weirdo. When they said, I'm sorry, it sounded like they really meant it. Otani sighed softly with relief, and then realized he was still carrying the knife he had been using to cut cheese. It suddenly felt stupid to feel so nervous. He quickly laid the knife on top of the sink.
はいはい、今開けます。どちら様ですか?
It's me. Don't you remember? The voice simply repeated itself. But who are you? Otani whispered to himself as he opened the door. Otani narrowed his eyebrows at the people standing there. He looked them up and down, and then looked at their faces again. Their eyes met.
あんたら、どこのどなた?
Otani suddenly felt a piercing headache. Otani closed his eyes and put his right hand up to his temple. He could feel the blood pounding in his veins through his fingers. He staggered, quickly put his other hand against the wall to keep from falling over. The pain was like the old days when he overdosed on antidepressants, but much more intense. He grit his teeth against the pain and dug his nails into the wall that was holding him up. As he waited for the pain in his fingers to help dull the pain in his mind. Mr. Otani, are you okay? He heard a voice he'd heard many times before, felt a concerned hand on his shoulder. He somehow managed to ignore the pain and open his eyes. A worried face was peering down at him.
ああ、大丈夫。最近たまにあるんだ。
Overwork, perhaps? You've been so busy lately. You shouldn't push yourself too hard.
相変わらず心配性だな、お前は。大丈夫だよ。さあ、入ってくれ。
He opened his mouth as wide as he could and moaned, trying to ease the pain as he let his important guests inside. As he turned his back on his guests, he told himself that it had been a long time since he'd seen them. Or maybe not. It couldn't have been more than 2 months since they last met. It only felt long because he wanted to see them so badly.
そうだ。せっかく来てもらったのにすまん。生放送中なんだよ。
While he was out here, he decided he would cut some cheese for himself and his guests. Oh, don't worry about us.
いや、お前ら相手にそういうわけにもいかないだろう。ん？
What's wrong?
いや、なんでもない。
The blade wasn't cutting into the cheese. That's strange, he told himself, as he pushed down with more force. He cut into its surface, and it made an unpleasant sound he never heard before. But no matter how hard he pushed, it wouldn't go further. Confused, he yanked the knife back and forth like a saw, but it only cut in slightly deeper. It was as if there was something hard inside the cheese. Even though he'd only just taken it out of the fridge, it was slightly warm.
くそ、なんだよこれ。
Irritated, he slammed the handle of the knife against the cheese. But all it did was bash it in. He couldn't cut through it.
ふざけんなよ。
His guests must have heard the sound because they rushed over. They had another knife. When did they get that? There's a trick to cutting this thing. They put the knife up against the cheese and began to move it with a practiced hand. It sounds like your work is going well. They smiled at Otani, their voices slightly low. Otani realized that they were trying to keep their voices when they picked up that streaming light and lowered his voice as well.
ああ、
He grinned and nodded. His guests had introduced him to a firm that handled advertising space for popular websites, which had been given him right away. His reputation had quietly spread throughout the small web advertising industry, and soon he was getting more and more offers.
流行を予想することが肝なこの仕事は天職だよ。出来レースみたいなもんだ。
And why do these streams?
一言では言いづらいな。強いて言えば自分がどこまでいけるか試したいみたいな感じなんだけど。
That's right. His power wasn't meant to be wasted on jobs that anyone could do.
誰も経験したことないから誰かに聞くってわけにいかないだろ。だから自分でやれるだけやってみたいっつうかってかっこよすぎかこれは。
No, it's wonderful, I think. And done. After he'd smacked it a few times, the cheese was a little funny looking, but the even slices were lined up neatly on the plate.
悪いな働かせて。
It's nothing. Go on. I'll wait until your stream is finished.
ああ、冷蔵庫の中適当に見繕ってくれていいから。ああ、静かにな。
Otani took his cheese back to his seat and saw a flood of comments reading, "He's late," and "Did he log off?" What should have only been 3 minutes had turned into more than 15. Otani put a bite of the cheese in his mouth and began to chew loudly.
申し訳ない。この安売りセールしていたチーズがありえないくらい硬くて。
He apologized to the camera, remembering to keep up the act of being cold and started. And as he hoped, the comments started to come in. Otani's face took on a confused expression. The comments were strange. He thought there might be something over the camera, but he turned around and saw only his face in the floor room.
え、どうしました？
He spoke into the camera, but the comments still didn't make any sense, and they were coming in faster. Maybe there was a problem with the camera. He reached his right hand out toward it. In an instant, his headache was back.
うわ
was the same pain as before. No, worse. He closed his eyes and jerked forward, banging his head against the desk. But the pain in his head was so bad that he didn't even feel it. He tried to hold his head in his hands, but for some reason his right hand wouldn't move. So instead he pushed his other hand up against his temple. It felt squishy. The vein was incredibly swollen and it felt like rubber. And each time he felt his blood pulse through it, there was an unpleasant sensation in his fingers. He stamped his feet against the floor, hoping to find some small escape from the pain. But it didn't even get slightly better. It was then that he realized he was crying. He could feel the tears coming from his eyes. The pain was moving there now, too. Unable to bear it, he opened his eyes. He gasped. The whole scene appeared in front of him like some kind of awful magic trick.
なんだこれ
He suddenly heard the sound of something wet dripping onto the floor. His eyes reflexively closed. His right arm was gone to the other, and his shin was touching. There was a pool of blood. The sound he heard was the noise of his blood.
は
Tommy didn't understand. What was going on? He'd just gone to check on a knock at the door. Pain screamed within him. Any sense of pain in what remained of his right arm was overcome by the pain in his head. He felt nothing in his life, but he saw the look of disgust of what he saw caused him to leap out of his chair. What's this? What kind of print was this? Contents of his stomach flooded into his mouth. Vomit. Pink fluid splashed into his His guests watched the chain of events unfold, then silently headed for the door. Just before they left the room. Goodbye, they said, as if nothing at all was wrong, and shut the door. About desperate to get followers. September 19th, 2015, Friday night. Ramone Takeyanagi had finished her concert. Like always, she stayed behind to help put away the instruments. She even helped clean up the audience seats, even though that was a concert hall's job. Only after all that was done could she take a break. There wasn't much time left before her solo street concert, but she still had to help anyway. She'd always felt like that. Even if it wasn't her responsibility, she couldn't help but get involved. It was like in middle school, when one of her friends who wasn't as good at studying asked her for test dates. Or in high school, when a girl she knew asked her how to make Valentine's chocolate for a boy she really liked. She'd stayed up so many nights her own test grades were worse than her friends'. She didn't have even anyone to give chocolate to on Valentine's Day. In the end, it was the other person's responsibility, not hers.
要はヘタレなんだろうな。
Ramone Takeyanagi was, at heart, scared of not doing everything she could, even if everything wasn't her responsibility. The concert today was a great success. Sure, it was a tiny room with nothing fit in, so they said. The tickets were $3,000, high for a band and less than her, and they still swore this. It was bizarre how excited the crowd was. We heard sobs during the ballad, and during one of the high-tempo songs, the audience had stood up all the way to the back row.
ありえない。
She felt a chill and wrapped herself tightly. It's not that her band wasn't popular. It started out their name to be a sing it band, but it kept going by doing covers of popular songs, anime songs. It helped that her face, which had earned her the nickname Scarecrow in school, looked really good when she made makeup. And if all of them put on ridiculous costumes and enjoyed videos, some people would enjoy that. Videos of their concerts and performances pulled a decent number of views online. Takeyanagi noticed. The vast majority of the people looking at the videos were people who had come to her concerts. People who had experienced that insane intensity were going back to the videos to try and feel it again. And Takeyanagi knew that they probably wouldn't even feel even 1% of it.
ありえないよ。
The ticket prices and audience sizes were one thing, but the strangest thing to her was their eyes. Their eyes pierced right through her, unblinking. They were like pets, totally dependent on their master. The meaning of the lyrics began to take over their lives, and they never even questioned it.
やっぱり私の声はおかしいんだ。
When she first realized that this was happening, she tried to quit the band. Even if she couldn't, she at least wanted to stop doing the live shows where people heard her directly. But the others around her wouldn't let that happen. Your voice is amazing. They forced her to keep singing, even as the concerts became terrifying. Takeyanagi tried to get out of it, but in the end she kept giving in. She owed her fellow band members for getting a plain dull girl like her into music. And for a while, part of her managed to help her. Takeyanagi lacked the tiny bit of courage needed to break out of the cycle. She forced herself to get up and head toward the street concert, which she didn't really want to do.
ん？
She'd received an email. She read it slowly.
嘘。
She almost dropped her smartphone. She read it again and again, trying to control her shaking hands. It was nothing special, just a simple message about one of the songs she made. Good song. Keep it up.
嘘。
Takuyanagi tried to stop the tears, but couldn't. The band would get too many messages like this to count, especially after concerts. She knew it was rude, but to be honest, she was sick of them. But this email address wasn't for her band. It was one for a site where she had anonymously uploaded original songs. In other words, whoever sent this message hadn't come to her concerts. They never heard her voice live or felt its strange power. But they had still said they liked her song.
マジですか?
Wiping away tears that wouldn't stop, she quickly wrote a response. That makes me really happy. Thank you. Even after she sent it, she kept crying for a while. She hadn't cried this much since the earthquake. And then she stood up.
こんなもん!
She took her costumes for the day's concert out of her bag, balled them up, and threw them in the trash. It was a white caped outfit worn by some angel character in some anime. Certain fans really loved it, but she didn't care about it at all. She took a wet towel off a nearby table and violently wiped away her makeup.
こけしで上等だっての!
She was never wearing another cape or putting on makeup to look like an anime character again. Never, she said aloud. She realized she was more excited than she'd ever been before. And then she started to realize what she wanted to do.
いっそのこと渋谷を離れるってのもありか。どうせいろいろゴタゴタしちゃうんだろうし。
What would happen if she said she was going to quit the band? It caused trouble for a lot of people, definitely. Her band was scheduled to play in the Restoration Festival. But even so, she never wanted to sing at another concert.
いつもストリートライブをやってる道は常連さんとかっちゃっちゃまずいから避けて。大丈夫か、この顔だし。
She laughed and kissed her smartphone.
やばい、楽しい。
She couldn't wait to get home and start fiddling with her music. Over the web, she could really share her music with others. As long as they weren't hearing her voice live, it would be fine. She just played a recording from a speaker, for example.
小型のスピーカーなら家にもあったな。
That's right. She'd leave Shibuya, and when she had a few more songs, she could record them, play them at a street concert. That speaker was small enough that she could fit it under her clothes to fool people. It would be rude to do the same song every time, so each time she'd re-record it at home. There was a knock at the door. One of the staffers, maybe?
あ、もう出ますから。
She smiled and answered them. Now that she'd thrown away her clothes, her bag was lighter than she'd ever imagined it could be. That lightness made her think about the future. She was happy. Knock, knock, knock.
Hi, hi!
Takuyanagi happily danced toward the door, completely ignorant of what was on the other side. September 19th, 2015, Friday night. Shortly after she finished, she was walking through Shibuya. She had a limp and dragged one leg behind her as if it was injured. Her bangs were unnaturally long. Most of her face was covered by them. She wore a dark-colored dress that seemed to melt into the night, and above it a bright red cardigan. Her chest, arms, and legs were almost completely covered. Despite the fact that the night was still warm, she wore gloves, as if it were a sin to show any skin at all.
あ、ごめんなさい。
She ran into a couple coming out of a hotel and staggered slightly. But she didn't even look at the people she ran into. She looked down and disappeared into the streets of Shibuya.
誰？昨
きめえな。
ねえ、今の人の顔見た？
んだよ。
気持ち悪い。何あれ？何？あの目。
Now, that is the end of the prologue. So, we've now reached chapter 1. We finally get to meet our main character. Alright. I think what I'll do the voice for the main character. So we'll just turn him all the way down. No more he has no voice anymore. I'm his voice. For example, let's say you asked a kid in middle school, do you know what Schrodinger's cat is? Most would say yes, or I've heard of it. We'll start by eliminating the DQNs who say they've never heard of it. Delinquents. Next, you ask, well, what is it? Next, we eliminate those poor fools who say something about a cat in a box, right? Or there's this cat, but you don't know if it's alive or dead, right? Or maybe they say, there's a cat in a box, and next to it there's a device that may or may not give off poison gas. You don't know if the cat's alive or dead till you open the box. Everybody knows that. We can eliminate those show-offs as well. Anybody from those groups is a wrong-sider. The right answer would be to describe the experiment, and then say, it was a thought experiment proposed by Schrödinger to criticize the quantum mechanical theory that state collapse only occurs after human observation. But barely anyone can do that. And I'd imagine that I'm the only guy who's still in high school who knows that Schrödinger got the idea after exchanging letters with Einstein. I hate wrong-siders. I'd taken a break from investigating the two incidents that had occurred recently in Shibuya, was paging through some @channel blog aggregators for a change of pace. As always, articles about bad idols and corporations with terrible work environments were getting tons of hits. It was hard to believe that the crash of 15, a huge news story that had just happened this month, was already off the front pages. I'll go into the details for that one. Fictional. In September 2015, the largest solar storm in recorded history struck Earth, causing large electronic failures worldwide. The damage to infrastructure and the panic that resulted in some areas, particularly North America, became known as the Crash of 15, a large hole opening the Earth's electromagnetic shield, leaving Earth defenseless against the solar flare. Since absolutely no precautions were taken beforehand, the powerful electric current damaged electronics and high-voltage transformers, shutting down the electrical grid. The reconstruction project in Shibuya had only just finished its redesign of the city's infrastructure, and while Japan suffered relatively little damage, Shibuya in particular suffered almost none. Did the people reading and commenting on these sites realize that everything they read about corporations and idols was carefully controlled? Did they know that most of the big aggregator sites are corporations too? Did they realize that the comments were all manipulated to go one direction or another? Kids our age were living in a world where all the information you could ever want was right at your fingertips. To those of us in the enlightened generation, ignorance was the worst sin. The ignorant were self-righteous, easily manipulated, and eager to push their paper-thin worldview onto others. They were nothing but a nuisance. The worst of the law were the so-called otaku. They couldn't stand otaku. They were wrong-siders. Take the picture on the cover of this magazine. It was from Bloodtoon. Any otaku who just watched it for the cute characters was a loser. There was no point in watching the show if you were going to ignore its deeper themes. I couldn't stand people who still held to the old-fashioned idea that only otaku watched anime, but people who ignored a show's themes and just watched it for the cuteness were even worse. They were ignoring the implicit social criticism hidden in... What? I stared at the magazine in amazement. Specifically, I stared at the box that lists the next episode previews. The text said that Eren was missing. Idiots! Damn it! I let my guard down because I knew this episode was written by the guy who wrote the original manga. The original author doesn't know anything about his own work! How could you remove Eren from the story halfway through? Not keeping her around meant bringing all the internal drama that had been built up so far to a halt. God damn it! So much for my change of pace. I knew I had work to do on the case, but I put it away because I couldn't find any link between the two crimes. I thought for a moment and took my magazine from its secret stash. It was an issue of an older magazine called Cool Cat Press. Taking out at that, a young men's magazine founded in 1979, a so-called dating manual. It contained large amounts of information about how to seduce women, popular fashions, and the ideal spots for first kisses, all of which was of dubious accuracy. It was very popular between the late 80s and early 90s, but circulation gradually declined, and in 2004 the magazine shut down. You can still find it in the magazine corners of used bookstores. People called it a dating guide for normals written by someone who never dated a girl in his life, but you'd be surprised. Magic words to make any girl fall in love with you. Stupid. I knew it was stupid. But when I ran an internet search for their number one phrase, nothing came back. And that was the thing. The fact that it didn't show up on the internet meant, to me, that it was worth something. I know this is extraordinarily selfish of me, but may I fall in love with you?
何を?
What are you doing? I turned to yell at the voice. One, when did you get here? I hid my favorite magazine behind my back and tried to calm my racing heart. Even if we've known each other since we were kids, don't just come in like that.
ノックしたよ。てか、何その雑誌？面白いの？
It's nothing. I couldn't let her find out. This was bad. What's going on? Why are you wearing your school uniform? Didn't you go home? Sarika frowned.
今日の部活で事件のこと調べてこいって言ったのタコじゃん。
Huh. That's right.
はい、これ追加の現場周りの画像データ。
Sarika took a USB memory stick out of her purse. Oh, thanks. Could you transfer it to my computer for me while you're at it? Sarika looked a little confused.
珍しいね。自分の PC 触らせるなんて。
Not really. You're allowed.
ふん。
She didn't seem to think much of it as she started to copy the data out. Okay, now's my chance. The RV was cramped, but there was a lot of space for storage. I pretended to make tea as I tried to find room on the top shelf. Okay, there's just enough room for one more magazine. And then I heard a shoo sound like a small fart from behind me. I glanced back and saw that Sarika was using the mouse with one hand and fiddling with her Giro Froggy Gororo strap with the other. This was my chance. And there's the Steins Gate connection, the first one anyways. The Giro Froggy Guerrero strap was a soft vinyl cell phone strap I'd won in a candy contest when I was a kid. When you pushed its belly, it was supposed to go Guerrero Guerrero. Turned out to be an incredibly rare prize that could fetch 100,000 yen at auction. But since I was a kid who didn't know any better, I gave it to Sarika as a present. Sarika seemed to really like it, and ever since she carried it with her. Which, well, that was fine, but it was old and faded, and when you pressed its belly, air leaked out of its side and made a weird noise. It used to go Guerrero Guerrero, I think, but now it just makes a strange whooshing sound. Ever since she was a kid, she had a habit of fiddling with it, especially when she was nervous or focused on something. In other words, she was focused on the computer. Now was my chance to hide it. I jammed the magazine onto the shelf and moved some things so she couldn't see it. Want a Mountain View?
いいよ、もったいないじゃん。それにすぐに帰るし。はい、終了。
There were quite a few files on the screen. You took a lot of pictures. Any luck?
新しい発見はなかったよ。タクは新しい共通点見つかった？
No. Shook my head, frustrated.
そっか。まあ気長に行こう。じゃあ明日部室で。
Just as she was about to leave, I got an idea. Oh no. I needed to double check my information. She was, in theory, girl. Just asking, but... well, let's say someone asked you out. Just hypothetically, okay? What would you think if they said, I know this is extraordinarily selfish of me, but may I fall in love with you?
さっき言ってたやつ？
Never mind that. What do you think? Sarika thought for a second.
年下なの？その人。
Alright, here comes the choice section of the game. Huh? Okay, so at this point, we can either have positive delusions about events, a negative delusion about the event, or we just keep reading through. So I'll leave it up to you. Do we have a positive delusion about this, negative, or just follow its like reality? Alright. Positive delusion it is.
丁寧語だから。
That's true, come to think of it. Why was it so polite anyway? Maybe they are? I mean, never mind that. What do you think?
どうって、丁寧だなって思うけど、告白されたことないからよくわかんない。
Anything else? Like, oh, how romantic?
別に相手によるんじゃない？
I don't think I need to do anything else. Oh, that's how you do it. My bad. There we go. Whoa.
でも告白してくれたのがタクだったらちょっとだけ考えちゃうかもしれない。
Sarika's whisper was so soft I could barely hear it. Huh? What did you just say?
なんでも。
No, I didn't hear that wrong. Was Cool Cat right after all? Wait. It's Sarika we're talking about here. Is that possible? Usually when you've known someone since you were little, you're so close that you don't realize when they're attracted to you. Do you like me?
タクはどうなの？
Huh? What about...
だから例えばだけど受け止めてくれるのかって話。
She was trying to hide the fact that she was blushing, but she was staring straight at me as she waited for an answer. Was she serious? From the look of things, she was definitely serious. Really? Sarika liked me? I suddenly started to see her not as a childhood friend, but as a member of the opposite sex. Dating her might not be so bad. We both knew everything about each other. But what was I supposed to do at a time like this? Is there anything about this in Cool Cat Press? That's right! There was a hint in the January 24th, 1999 edition from a column called Everything You Wanted to Know About Seducing Your Childhood Friend, But Were Afraid to Ask. It was, how would you like your childhood friend to say they loved you? Number 3. Softly, in a love letter. -5 people. Number 2. In an embarrassing text message. Oh wait, no, this is 17 people said. And number 1. Work up the courage and kiss me now. 128 people. Work up the courage and kiss me now. Oh no. No, Sarika. I got close to Sarika and softly put my hands on her shoulders. Our faces were right next to one another. Sarika was beet red, but she didn't look away from me.
タク。
I am a kind man. I'll take good care of you.
こんな急になんてダメだよ。だって
Sarika's lips were quivering. I want your lips. Sarika closed her eyes. Oh, Sarika, oh no, my beloved. Why did I not notice your beauty sooner when you were next to me all this time? I know this is extraordinarily selfish of me, but may I fall in love with you? No, I've already fallen in love with you.
タクキスして私の唇を奪って
She whispered in a quavering voice, and I couldn't control myself any longer. Sarika.
500円ちょうだい。
Oh. Huh? Huh? She wanted 500 yen for a kiss? Just 500 yen? Huh? No, wait, calm down, get a hold of yourself. This is just a simulation. This isn't what would happen in real life. It couldn't. Sarika wasn't that type of girl. I took a deep breath to calm my heart. 500 yen? What are you talking about?
これ忘れてた。
She showed me the paper bag she was holding.
さっきそこでゲンさんに会ったの。タクにいつものだって言って渡してくれって。特価で500円でいいって立て替えたの。
My usual? Confused, I took the bag from her. Jen's usual changed every time I talked to him, so I couldn't count on it. What was it today? That drunk old bastard.
何？いつものって。
Nothing. Here, 500 yen. I forced 500 yen into her hands. Ignoring her persistent questions, I led her into the door. I'll see you at school tomorrow.
え？
Thanks for the pictures. They're a big help.
わかったよ。
Reluctantly, she left my room. Damn it. Sure, this was what I always bought from Jen, but the information in the last one was no good. What the heck was a cold cat anyway? A cold cat? Is it cold because it's dead? 100 ways to secretly show your sexy side. No. I need to hide this too. I've had so many of them now, I was running out of room on the top shelf. Ugh! When I tried to force it in, a mound of old papers came falling out. Damn it. No room, huh? What's this? It was an old scrapbook about the murders that had occurred 6 years ago in Shibuya. I'd bought it from Jen too, come to think of it. I'd already scanned it, but had forgotten to throw out the original. How could I, of all people, be so lax with information? You just have to bundle it up with the rest of my collection. My eyes lingered for a second on the page. Come to think of it. I quickly ran over to my PC. I opened the files on the case I'd been looking for. Seriously? My words were a whisper. I looked back at the scrapbook, then compared it to the data on the PC. It was no doubt. I kept looking at it, and it kept saying the same thing. If my hypothesis was right, I'm sure even the police haven't noticed. Alright. Got a whole bunch of 4chan posts to read. Lately, stickers with the face of a sumo wrestler on them have been appearing around Shibuya. I started seeing them on signs and guardrails over Shibuya 5 or 6 years ago. There are a lot of other stickers put up by graffiti artists. Shibuya in particular has a huge number of these sumo stickers. Some have speculated they're a message from a terrorist group, or perhaps a cult, but as of now that's nothing more than a hypothesis. When asked about the stickers, a 41-year-old man who worked at a Jinan Shibuya hair salon said, "They're creepy. I wish whoever it was would stop destroying the Shibuya landscape. Sometimes residents will take them down only to see them reappear later." Shibuya City Hall says, quote, "We are continuing to have community outreach efforts to help stop these stickers from being put up. But also, there are no plans to use city funds to remove the stickers. Police have said that placing these stickers on public property is a misdemeanor, but it's extremely difficult to prosecute without catching someone in the act of doing so. They have no current plans for dealing with the stickers either. Citizens of Shibuya are going to be stuck with these stickers for a while, it seems." After I first saw one 2 years ago, I've just been seeing them everywhere. It feels like they're even more lately. Saw another one today. These two. WTF, lol. There was one under the escalator at the Hikari Road. How the hell did they get one down there? Took this a few years back. I wonder if it's still there. Saw that one too. That's crazy. Goat Swan Dosu. I always feel sick when I see that face. Once threw up when I saw one of the stickers. Shit sucks. Whoever puts them up needs to FOAD. Heard if you scribble on top of one, the sumo wrestler curses you. Anyone else notice it's almost impossible to get the damn things off? Saw my first one today. Stop upping these things and on. There's a shit ton of them if you image search. I actually saw one of these stickers talking once. It was yelling, "Dosuko! Time for your meds, Grandpa." Somebody make a delude map that lists all their locations. You'll be at it for years. So if you go to Shibuya, you get stare raped by sumo wrestlers, right? I don't understand the sluts that go to Shibuya to enjoy that. They should just put up a bunch of cute anime girl stickers instead. They kinda was Cybertown. Then all the otaku dorks are moving off the hop road to Shibuya. I vote for Hangitsu Kamiyama. Feel pressure coming from Ryogoku. This is my prophecy unto you. Someday we'll see a sumo judge sticker. True that. At this point, only a few people were talking about the sumo wrestler stickers. Who could have known that these eerie stickers would mark the beginning of a world-changing event? And so, this is a magazine article about the incident that occurred on the 7th.
7日ってニコニア生放送中の公開自殺か。読んだよ、その記事。
We don't know for sure that it was a suicide, though. People on the net are calling it the Don't Look Me case. Here's the video of the broadcast.
それも見た。つうか一緒に見ただろ
う。And here's the building it took place in. Oh no, took some more photos from me yesterday.
それも知ってるって。
And this is the inside of his room.
は？うっそ！お前撮ったの？いつ？てかどうやって？
Until then, Ito had been disinterestedly pointing his camera at the colorful decorations in the hallway. But this got his attention. Of course it did. No one else had seen these pictures yet. Last weekend, you can see the room from the 5th floor of the karaoke place on the other side of the street.
マジで
Here, this is the 5th floor. You could always count on him to be interested in accumulating information.
で、何？お前一人で入ったのか？
は？
いやいや、カラオケボックスに。人から？
I didn't have a choice, did I? It's not embarrassing. I didn't sing, so it wasn't really karaoke. To be honest, I was a little embarrassed. The guy at the counter, who was probably just a part-timer, had stared at me suspiciously. Maybe I'd attract his attention by coming in during the middle of the day in my uniform. And since I'd never been there before, he made me fill out membership paperwork. I didn't know how to do it, so it took a long time. And actually, I'd actually never been to a karaoke place before in my life.
よし、ここは OK。次行こうぜ。
This is such a pain. We went over to the gym from the second floor hallway. It's filled with students laughing over who knows what. The whole school was getting ready for the culture festival next week. This year's festival was supposed to be a big one. Ikkyo Academy was the first private high school built as part of the restoration efforts, and so it was attracting a lot of attention. One reason why everyone was so excited for the school fair was the school's lax rules with lots of clubs and activities. But the biggest reason was the Shibuya Peace and Restoration Festival 2 months from now. 2 months from now, on November 9th, would mark 6 years since the Shibuya. The 5-year anniversary fair last year had affected the whole town. Since the school was in Shibuya too, it would include us. We were just a simple high school, and now our culture festival was being treated as a prelude to the big one. Supposedly there would be TV cameras filming the day of the event.
うわ、あのパチモンの着ぐるみ大丈夫かよ。つかなんで今来てんだ？
Ito turned his camera toward a group of people pretending to be pro wrestlers. Ito and I went in the newspaper club, and it was our job to record the festivities. The principal had ordered that all clubs were to participate in the cultural festival, and recording the festivities was our way of getting by without having to do much work. Recording video and taking photos was my hobby. More than anything, it seemed like the way that the man I broke was fun. I couldn't see myself participating in any of the usual festival nonsense, like the baseball team's fried baseball ice cream stand, which was probably just regular fried ice cream in the ball. Or the pro wrestling research club's mascot pro wrestling, or even the seance at the mystery club and fortune telling club that they're putting up together. We probably just don't have anything better now.
ヒゲを引っ張んなってもげる。
はあ、これ触覚じゃないの？
どう思うよ？
触覚だとしたらもいだ方がゆるキャラっぽくないか？
え、何？私そのくだらない質問に答えなきゃダメ？
くそ、リア充め、ただれろ、死んでしまえ。
Hey, idiot, the camera. You dropped it. The thing's expensive.
おい、どういうことだ？
You're hurting me. The camera.
裏切ったのか？レベル下がったか？いつ彼女なんて作りやがった？
Huh? I don't have a girlfriend. Forget that. Pick up the camera.
何？
I slipped out of Ito's grasp and picked up the camera. Looks like it's good. He relaxed and handed the camera back. Sheesh, get a hold of yourself. Not like them. We're right-siders, right? Want me to give you a lecture about it? Listen, the term normal first came into use on the Japanese internet around 2005. Referred to someone whose daily life was fulfilling and satisfying. Originally, the term netizen existed as its antonym, but that distinction barely exists anymore. That's because the net is now an integral part of everyday life. When it first came into use, simply having friends was enough to qualify one as normal. Gradually, this requirement shifted into having a lover. This too is changing. The modern definition of normal is now someone whose life is truly satisfying. That is, someone who's doing what they really want to do. In that sense, I am a normal. Therefore, the people over there who are screwing around and wasting time aren't normals at all. You need to use words correctly. Seriously, you need to be careful. Just being a wrong side right itself is a sin. After I finished my lecture, I saw that Ito was staring at me wordlessly. What? Oh, I did not understand it. I walked him through the entire etymology.
宮代、
What?
お前はリア充じゃないよ。言葉は正しく使おうな。
Why?
リア充はそんなこと言わない。
Wait, why? And you know, I've got acquaintances who are women. Of course, men, too.
だからリア充はそんなこと言わないんだよ。
But what's the reason? And may I also add, it quickly swelled my I've read that new issue of Cool Cat before. There was an article and it called it Utsunomiya's Fashion. I thought it looked pretty good. If I could wear that stuff, sure.
ん？なんだよ。
Nothing. I'm telling you, I'm...
ああ、わかったって。次行こうぜ。
As he walked away, I turned my eyes towards the group of mascot pro wrestlers.
わかった。じゃあもう全員で同じ着ぐるみにしようぜ。
ああ、戦隊もの風だ。色分けしようよ。私イエロー。
その方が受け取れるか。でも予算は？
あんたの小遣いがあるじゃん。
バカじゃないの？
それか、体に直接塗るか。受け取れればいいんでしょ。おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様ケロン。
可愛くなくね？もうちょっとどうにかなんね？
可愛くないとか言うな。てか別にウェイトレスって女子限定じゃなくてもいいじゃん。男子もやんなよ。
ゲロカエルンってあんな語尾で喋るキャラクターだったっけ？
Do we play it straight or take a positive or negative turn on this? play it straight for now, so I don't know what effect these are gonna have. This was class 3-1. Ito's in my class. Most of the class was busy with the Hero Froggy Cafe we were doing for the test. Some people were ignoring the press and studying. Some of the otaku were reading light novels. They really think that they left the paper cover from the backstore on it, we couldn't tell it was a light novel. They were just trying their best to stay out late. Most people were happily making Garo Froggy decorations, putting on Garo Froggy costumes, and messing around. All the clubs had to participate in the festival, but so did all the classes. No one had told me, but evidently several months ago we decided to do a Garo Froggy cafe.
はっかゲロカエルの声は女じゃん。
いやそうだけどさ、そこは文化祭のノリ的なあれでいいじゃん別に。は？ 音漏れたんか。どれ？お、これはまだ見てないな。どこで拾った？あー、こっちの方がアングルいいな。なあ、さっきのカラオケのやつと合わせてニヤ動にアップさせてくれよ。なんか最近再生数がいまいち伸びないんだよな。この前俺一人で作った動画のタグにもカメラ仕事しろとかアングル大体合ってないとか書かれるし。
Done a special on the Shibuya restoration event for the local paper had written about. We won a special prize at a city journalism contest, and the video got over 80,000 views despite being boring as hell. After that, though, I could understand being upset at the fact that new videos dealing with going on Shibuya weren't breaking 2 digits. Oh, I was the one who put that cameraman do your damn job tag on. That angle was crap, man.
じゃーん、ゲットしてきたー。
おお、オリジナルじゃん。
疲れた。
Boyfriend and girlfriend walked in, evidently back from shopping. Arms were full of Garo Froggy stuffed animals. Told you, it's wrong.
は？いえ、だから何がだよ。
You don't have news. I looked at my classmates who were already beginning to play with toys and said, I told you this before, right? Tell your average teenager's information level by one mistakes that we were talking. This was a personal career. Smartphones and Pokecoms have become a religion of a teenager, and the information they gain from these portable terminals had a huge influence on their lives. What is a Pokecom? The abbreviation of the name given to a series of pop computers, 7-inch bulbs with a screen. 50 years so the pop computers are sold in the 1980s. These computers began to become popular worldwide in 2012 and are expected to someday replace smartphones. Come loaded with a number of different apps such as email program, a TV watching program, video games, micro-blogging apps, and a countdown. It said that they will also be getting development in phone calls soon as well. Some people only looked at SNSs like Twitter, Rhine, and Facebook. Others at Atchan and Nico Media. Which one's Rhine? Hold on. Type of social network services. Is that Vine? Or wait, no, wait, is this Skype? I can't figure it out. Some looked at all of those, as well as the links they found there. And then some looked at all those things, as well as their favorite celebrity collabs, the big Atchan aggregators, and then whatever humor site was popular at the moment. All of these people were wrong-siders. the scary thing was that these days, 9 out of 10 ROM sellers are teenagers. Hero Froggy launched 6 years ago with a cell phone show that got popular for reasons no one ever understood. And then lately, a combination of Gero Froggy memes on Twitter, as well as an amateur anime posted to Nika Nia. If I remember right, it was a talking dancing frog saying anime please. That created a fad, though I hated to use the word for something so stupid. It amazed me that people honestly believe that the rivet sounds made by the female actress in those videos were from the original. Or that the original was the stuffed animal that came out recently and not the phone strap. My guess was that they only got their information from Twitter. And a man can't be a waitress, he's a waiter. This is one of the reasons I joined the newspaper club. I didn't want to end up like them. Anyway.
宮代くん?
The girl, evidently the one in charge of the waitresses, was talking to me. Who is she again? Fujita? Fujimoto? I think there was a Fuji.
何? 田中さん.
Tanaka. Just totally wrong.
さ、教室で流す映像のビデオ撮影のことなんだけどさ。
What was she talking about? Oh, right. They're going to make their own version of the Nikuniya videos where they wore costumes and danced.
アップとかできるのかな？こう、ずっと同じで撮るんじゃなくて。
What? Was she telling me what to do? I didn't volunteer to videotape it. You guys forced me. Well, it was better than being told to dance or make props myself. Oh, well. You see... You don't want to fix, you want us to move around? Fixing the cameras.
フィックス？よくわかんないけど。
Oh, we can do it. We can do close-ups or whatever.
本当？よかった。じゃあ本番までにどこをどう撮ってほしいかまとめて渡すから。
And then she fled. That surprised me. It scared me like that. So nervous I was sweating a little. Ito was looking at me and sighing. What?
お前、やっぱリア充じゃないわ。
What?
相変わらず慣れない相手だと挙取るし、丁寧語だし。
I can't help it. She came out of nowhere. What's more, I made it a policy not to talk to anyone unless it was necessary. This was the first time in quite a while I'd spoken to any of my classmates but Ito.
どうだった？
なんか自慢されてなかった？フィックスとかなんとか。
なんだそれ。またうんちくか？
They'd already started to spread meaningless information. Stop it. Hearing whispers about me in the classroom brought back bad memories. I was starting to have a hard time breathing.
What? 大丈夫か?
I must have looked like I was in pain because Ito was looking at me with concern on his face. Quickly nodded to show that I was fine.
陰口は聞こえないように言えってのな。しかも自慢でもうんちくでもなんでもないっての。
Not a bullied memories. It doesn't bother me. Fujita is.
誰だよ。
Tanaka's just a wrong-sider. That's right. Wasn't worth worrying about. He's just ignorant. Ito looked over at our other classmates who were having fun.
ったく、オポチュニストが。
Opportunist? What did that mean again? I knew I'd heard it before. I ran a search on my Pocket.com, making sure not to let Ito see. Opportunist, one who takes advantage of any opportunities in which he can. That's right. I think that's exactly the right word. I'll take any opportunity to bring you.
まっ ったくな。
Hito nodded, annoyed. Good. Looks like he didn't find out.
いつの時代もスクールカーストの底辺にいる俺らオタクは上部にいる方たちに話のネタを提供する運命なのか。
A natural hierarchy among students that develops in a classroom environment. It's impossible to find all the factors that go into determining this hierarchy, but attractiveness and romantic experience are major factors of giving one a higher rank. And those with otaku hobbies or those who have trouble communicating tend to fall in the lower end. There are, of course, many people who possess attributes from both the upper and lower castes, and one's final position in the hierarchy is determined by the general opinion of the class. It's common to think of the hierarchy as having an upper rank, a middle rank, and a lower rank. Well, the school caste system wasn't something I cared about, but... Hey, I'm not an otaku.
またかよ。
What do you mean again? I just don't like it when people are wrong. Do you want?
いい、ぶたなくていい。
The definition of the word otaku is changing and the negative connotations it originally had are disappearing, but even now in 2015 it still mostly serves to denote those obsessed with anime, light novels, video games, and idols. Not a shy boy reading a light novel turned toward me, but I didn't care. I don't watch stupid anime or read stupid light novels, it's a waste of time.
以前お前なんかのアニメを絶賛してなかったか？なんだっけ、ブラチュ？
I said I don't watch anime, that's stupid. It's no different than people who ignore quality movies like The Two Veronicas or It's My Wonderful Life and just watch the same stuff over and over. And say, anyone who hasn't seen this show is a casual.
わかったって。
Or people who lie about having read books like The Cities in Sequence or Winter's Garden and just read light novels all day. The word otaku refers to people like that, who only bother to absorb information about subjects they enjoy.
カメラオタクってなんか怪しいイメージあるよな。
別に人様に迷惑かけなければいいんじゃん。好きなんでしょ。うちだってジョニオタだし。
Stop it, please. More than anything, I don't want to be the same as you people. And then the door to the classroom flew open. Da-da-da. Oh boy. Time for a delusion. It's your choice. Positive, negative, or see what reality is. Negative. Okay, I'll do about 5 lines, and then we'll turn it on. Okay, female student was looking in. She must have been in a hurry because she was a little out of breath. She brushed her long hair out of her eyes and was about to come inside.
ノノ、どうしたの？
おー、女帝、ちょうどよかった。
And go. Wait, not that one. Oh, it's L1. Oh. Watch out! I moved quickly. She staggered forward, but I reached out my hand to keep her from falling. For some reason, I felt a powerful impact on the top of my skull as I slammed to the ground. Hold on. I think there's a backlog here. Foot caught one of the cables. She suddenly tripped. Okay. So it does skip some stuff before that decision's made. Okay. Huffed my skull as I slammed to the ground. My vision went black. I was about to pass out. What the heck just happened?
説明しよう。つまずいた女帝はバランスを立て直そうとしてなぜかその場でジャンプし、勢い余って空中できれいに体をひねった。その結果、駆け寄った宮代の頭に見事なフライングニールキックをお見舞いする形になったのだ。宮代、見事な KO 負けだったぜ。
Given that was just one possibility, I probably shouldn't do anything. She almost tripped, but managed to keep her balance. Wow. She smiled a bit and took a deep breath. All the students around her, boys and girls alike, began to move. They surrounded her as if they were welcoming a long-lost family member.
ちょっと誰？こんなところにケーブル置きっぱなしにしたの。危ないな。のの、ごめんね。
女帝、大丈夫か？
ええ、気にしないで。
I felt like our eyes met. I looked away without thinking. Nono Caruso, first student council president of Hikio Academy.
さ、うちの喫茶でキッチン側とそれ以外のこっち側のなんてのお客さんスペースってか。
Caruso smiled a little as she spoke.
ホール側？
そうそう、ホールだ。そのさ、間を仕切る暗幕の数の調整ってワックンしてくれた？
調整？涌井先生が増田君にそう言ったの？
え、聞いてない？
ええ。ということは絶対やってないでしょうね。わかった。私から言っておく。
大丈夫？なんか女帝、先生たちから目つけられてんじゃん。てか、怖がられてんじゃん。
生徒会長なんて生徒側から学校側に無理難題を押し付けるためにいるものでしょ。大丈夫。なけなしの権力を振りかざすから。あと増田君、女帝はやめて。
ほほ、サンキュー女帝。
あなたね。
Most of the boys in the class called Caruso Empress as a joke. She got the name after becoming a hero to her fellow students through gallant deeds, like putting an end to the principal's endless homeroom speeches. Not to mention bringing more types of bread to the school store.
のーのー、着ぐるみありがとね。ぴったりだった。
田中、それ私が試着した時、最後までファスナー上がらなかったんだけど。
地雷？
呼び込み禁止にするからね。
あー、ごめん、嘘ピチピチだから。これは割とマジで。いや、てかどうせ胸で引っかかったんでしょ。
冗談。期待してるから笑い取ってよ。
She sure was popular. She even knew the names of students in other classes. Top of the school caste system. That was the first phrase that came to mind. Then,
タクル、話があるの。ちょっと来てくれる？
Caruso walked all the way over to me in the middle. Her expression was so kind it seemed like she had to be putting on some kind of act. I could see that all the people who'd been surrounding her were staring at me.
女帝、カメラっ子に何の用だ？友達なのか？
知らないの？ノノは。
はあ、マジで
？Ignored my classmates' whispers and focused on Caruso. Her smile seemed fake, as if it had been plastered on her face. Whenever she smiled like that, it meant she wasn't in a good mood. Sorry, I just figured out something about the case and I'm putting it together. Student council's really busy with the culture festival right now, eh? So once it's calmed down, Caruso. Her cheeks twitched a little. Caruso didn't like it when I called her by her last name.
ちょっと来てくれる？部室。
I could sense the dark aura forming around her, hardly befitting a so-called empress.
来てくれる？
She was so close to me.
行こうか。部室。なあ、宮代。
Ito couldn't handle the terror. Didn't look like I could talk my way out of this one. Seeing no other choice, I nodded and stood up.
クルス
Yeah.
クルスちょっと
グラウンドに出す屋台のコンロの数でしょ。やっぱり一つの屋台につき一つで統一する。
いやそれは
悪いけど例外はなし。校長に掛け合ったけどダメだったから。
Schoolboy.
人数が多くて不満があるところは私が後で直接説明に行く。
Wonder who he is.
了解。いやじゃなくてなんで持ち場離れて
Rusu, I told you that if you're busy, we can do this later.
もう終わったから。ごめんね川原くん、急ぎなの。
Which one was General Brooke? No, I knew. As she hurried to the club room. Uh-oh.
宮代またお前か。今度は何したんだ。
Now, positive or negative, or do we see what reality was? Alright, reality it is. Kawahara cut her off. I didn't know his first name. He was in the same class as Ito and I, and he was the vice president of the student council.
いやいい言わなくても分かってる。また例のくだらない記者ごっこだろ。それとも探偵気取りか。
I knew why he was giving me a hard time. He didn't like the fact that Karusu was spending time with me. It's not,
何
it's not any of your business, I think.
かかってるんだよ。クルスの時間が割かれると同じ生徒会の俺たち全員にな。
I'm not wasting my time with this. There's no point. Try to ignore him and just walk on by.
お前小中と不登校だったんだって。
I could feel my legs tense up. I stopped. My face got hot, and without thinking, I glared accusingly at Karusu. She quickly shook her head.
川原くん、急いでいるから。
But he kept on staring at me. Felt like he was grinning a little. Pissed me off. There was nothing I could say. Did the best I could to ignore him and turn away. I ignored what sounded like a little laugh and hurried to the club room. The second the three of us were alone in the club room, her expression changed. The smile plastered on the student council president's face disappeared. This was who she really was. But what was it?
川原くんが言ってたこと。私が彼に言ったわけじゃないから。
Didn't bother me.
嘘。
Really, it didn't. Everything about me was different than it used to be.
まあまあ。で、何副部長。話があんでしょ。
Karusu sighed and changed the subject.
タクル、あなたちゃんとご飯食べてるの？少し痩せたんじゃない？
Huh? Where was this coming from?
これからどんどん寒くなってくるでしょ。住んでるところの防寒対策とかちゃんとしてるんでしょうね。
She was in mad mode.
進路調査、結局就職で提出したんですって。進学で提出しなさいって言ったのに、勉強できないわけじゃないんだから。確かに今からだと厳しいけど、 受験なら私が面倒見るってこれも前に言ったでしょ。
You go asking the teachers? Wait, is that what you want to talk about?
どうなの？ちゃんと食べてるの？
I'm eating just fine. Everything's just fine. Waved my hand to bring the conversation to a close. I didn't want this to end the way it used to, with a 6-hour lecture about how every aspect of my life was wrong, followed by hard labor as my punishment. Bruce looked like she still had a lot more to say, but a moment later...
あなた、先週の金曜日、学校サボったでしょ。
Huh? Oh, so that was what all this was about? Yeah, it did. Is that a problem?
あるに決まってるでしょ。どこで何してたの？ストレージにアップした画像、あれを撮りに行ってたんじゃないの？
Damn it, I figured that would be it. He's right. The picture I'd taken when the karaoke box with me last Friday when I skipped school. I started staking out the place early in the morning, waiting for the manager of the condo building to open. It was a lot of work, but I was able to get photos of the scene that nobody else has except the police.
こういう事件ばかり追いかけるのはやめなさいって前から言ってるでしょ。
Bruce, who was the vice president of the newspaper club, had been opposed to Ito's and my journalistic ethos for a long time. We'd spend most of our time investigating crimes in Shibuya. Stuff like the attacks on the homeless people that had been plaguing the city ever since the earthquake. And urban legends about a company involved in the building who put up tons of security cameras all over the city. And a serial arson case where culprit had never been caught. And now these strange deaths. For her part, Caruso said that a student paper shouldn't be investigating crimes. She wrote normal, sincere articles and made normal, sincere videos. The video about the Shibuya recovery efforts that won a prize had been mostly urban.
タクル、今回あなたおかしい。学校をサボってまで事件を追うなんて今までなかったでしょ。
That was true. The reason why was obvious, right? I was lucky enough to have this huge mystery right in front of me. This is worth skipping school for.
なぜ？
Because it's the first big thing that's happened in Shibuya since we started the newspaper club. This is a huge scoop.
おいしい？
Eh? That face was bad news. It was scary. Ito was right next to me, so I grabbed him and held him tight.
おい、縦にすんなって。え、縦なの？てか副部長、何その顔？
おいしいですって？人が死んでるっていうのに？
No, I'm sorry. Stay away from me. I really can't handle this.
おすんなって。ちょっと待って、マジで縦なの？
Oh crap, oh crap. That face was seriously bad news. The Empress was scary enough that she could send a demon running in terror. I never even met a demon either. That's just how scary she was.
もう一度言ってくれる？よりによってあなたが人が死んでおいしいですって？
Oh shit. I need to find some way to stop her. And then I felt the wind rush by my ears. Huh? And at the worst possible time, the wind blew through the room. There you go. There's the shot. Bruce didn't even have time to hold down her skirt. My eyes were locked on Bruce as if I heard the sounds from the open window. I hadn't even realized it was open until then. There was a tennis court on top of the special use building. That was probably the tennis team up there. say something. Was I supposed to tell her I hadn't seen anything?
副部長？白なんですね。イメージ通りというか。
Idiot, are you trying to get yourself killed?
私の下着の色が何色か今関係あんのか。
I flinched at the sudden noise. I'm sorry. And then I realized, I was sure that was the sound of Caruso kicking the wall. Maybe the sound of her murdering Ito. But I was wrong. It was coming from deeper inside the room.
あの子はまったく。和樹来てたの？和樹？そうか、ヘッドホン。
Caruso sighed and pulled off the headphones that Kazuki always wore.
円数2でイラついたからって壁を殴るのはやめなさい。何度も言ってるでしょ。
Playing Fantasy Star Online too, baby.
うん。壁へこんでるじゃない、もう。
Get her. This was my chance. As Caruso was rubbing the red marks on Kazuki's hand, I said, anyway, I'm going to keep following this case. I found a clue. It might be a big one. Caruso lay there for a moment.
おお、マジか。よし、すぐ準備する。聞かせてくれ。ぜひ聞かせてくれ。
Joe hurried over to the computer desperate for any chance to escape his stew. He stared back at Caruso for a moment and then boot up the computer and print out the images in the storage folder.
了解だ。
Mia's voice was louder than me as he turned on the computer.
もう殴らないこと。いい？うん。
Maybe she took pity on poor Ito because she didn't say anything else. She still crossed her arm and glared as she leaned against the wall. She was at least going to hear me out, it looked like. Maybe this is just her way of making sure I didn't escape.
お前後で飯をおごれよ。
Why? I don't want to.
盾にしやがって気まずすぎんだろ。こんなもん10-0の巻き込まれ事故じゃねえか。
Sorry, but you were lucky. You didn't get violent.
てって副部長？
I nodded. Caruso was the girl that everyone looked up to, but she was actually very short. Taking more than 5 fingers, but less than 10, I can't remember the time she slapped me hard. When I told him that,
マジか。そんな、なんていうかありなの？そんなことする女子。
girl's sadistic personality who enjoys inflicting pain on others. Extremely dangerous. His cow. His short for hysteric. Allegedly he tried using psychology, but here he's referred to a short-term person that can't control their emotions. I see.
構成本当にいんのか。ヒスか S っ子手前じゃん。
ねえ、あなた方。陰口は聞こえないように言えって言われないの？
He almost hissed, didn't even bother looking at us as she spoke.
いや、そのセリフを言ったことはあるんだけどね。それもついさっき教室で。
そう。
Then she fell silent. She was scary as hell. Felt like if I moved, she'd kill me.
おごりだ。決定だ。大盛りにデザートだ。 異論は認めん。
That was 50% your fault. Actually, it was 100% Ito's fault for not keeping his mouth shut.
なあ、
What?
見たか？見たよな。
I did. That was a lie. I'd seen it. They were wet. He glanced at Teresa out of the corner of my eye. I guess that really was just what he said. Still, I'd only gotten it once. It's entirely possible I'd been mistaken. If I burn the image into my brain now, maybe the next time something like this happens, I'll be able to react to it. So I prayed for more good luck. If it ever did happen again, I swore I would react as a right-sider should. Right-sider would panic over something as insignificant as seeing a girl's underwear. In a situation like that, it was critical that you stay calm.
Hmm?
You should hurry to turn on the window to make each other a little positive or negative. Or we see what the other Where do we go? Oh boy, I got this one. Hey, breaking decisions. Every time made a delusion, it's been hilarious. So I guess flipping back to the positive side. So I'm gonna read a few and then slam it in. That online game addict had the best computer skills of anyone in the club. Whenever she was around, it was her job to run searches and organize the information on the PC, but
和樹、手伝わなくていい。この件については部の活動と認めてないから。
Kazuki gave us a question he loved. And here we go. Trigger on.
ほら、和樹。
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Kazuki just said, like she always did, and walked away.
まだ手赤いわ。もっとさすってあげるから。
What? Kazuki obediently walked toward Karusu. Karusu took her hands and rubbed them gently like a mother would.
痛かったでしょ。どうしてそんな無茶をするの？どう？まだ痛い？痛いの痛いの飛んでけー。カズキ、どうしたの？急に抱きついて。もう甘えん坊さんなんだから。あ、もしかして私がしばらく部室に来られなかったから寂しかったの？じゃあわからないわ。ほら、私の目を見てちゃんと答えてね。寂しかったんでしょ？違う？照れちゃって可愛いのね。ごめんね、寂しい思いさせて。でも安心して、今日はずっと和樹と一緒にいてあげるから。私もあなたと一緒にいられて嬉しい。手の痛みはもう引いた？まだ？じゃあとっておきのおまじない。
felt like I was seeing something I shouldn't, so I looked away.
和樹の指細くてとっても綺麗。うん。
おい、何ぼんやりしてるんだ？宮代？
No, nothing.
うん？
I chased the stupid idea out of my mind. Kurusu was nice to everyone, even girls like Kazuki who couldn't communicate with others. Of course, in reality, Kurusu and Kazuki had never done anything like that, and they never would. Kazuki put her headphones on and went back to the corner of the room. She started slamming keys again. I never did know how to talk to her. I actually felt like it'd been forever since I'd even spoken to her. You could call this a conversation, that is. She'd been part of the newspaper club for 6 months, and all I knew about her was that she liked games, knew a lot about computers, and hated talking. In the end, Ito printed out the pictures, and I took them and went on the bulletin board before Kurusu changed her mind. If Kurusu was going to listen, it was probably better to start at the beginning. She didn't seem interested in the cases, but if I ignored her and made her even madder, even using Ito as a shield wouldn't be enough to save me. There are 2 cases we're looking at right now. First occurred on the 7th of this month during a Nikoniya livestream. It was a public suicide called the Don't Look at Me case. It happened here, in Gina. Just like you probably guessed, a man killed himself without warning during a Nikoniya livestream. Strictly speaking, we don't know for sure that it's a suicide, but it sure looks like one. The dead man's name is Yuma Otani, age 21. He was a live streamer who got quite a lot of views with some kind of fortune-telling program called TIL, I Can See the Future. So here's how it went down. First, Otani gave the audience some time to ask questions. He left the camera's field of view. After that, there was a sound of someone knocking at the door. It was faint, but the mic picked it up. There was also some voices, but you can't make them out. When he came back in front of the camera, half of his right arm was missing. It was chopped up into tiny bits and sitting on top of the plate he was carrying. Then he started eating his own fingers like he wasn't doing anything wrong. Kurusu's expression changed. He probably hadn't known that. Suicide had been big news even on TV, so she'd probably seen the thing. The details had been so horrific that the news hadn't broadcast them. But those details could be found anywhere on the internet. It was only a matter of time before someone started putting it all together. The video itself had even started to get around. Then, after a moment, he started to scream in pain, and then he died. Evidently, the viewers thought it was some kind of gag or something.
出血性ショック死な。警察の発表でもそうなってたし、混沌するまでの時間を考えても間違いない。
Ito knew more about this stuff than I did. He was a fan of bizarre murders, and he'd read 10 times as many killer's diaries and non-fiction crime books as I had. The most likely theory is that he experienced some kind of mental disorder before the suicide, but the police were supposedly looking for whoever visited the room first. It might be responsible for aiding or abetting a suicide. In Japan, if you saw someone trying to kill themselves in a dream, it wasn't a crime unless the police concluded you wanted them. But aiding in a suicide or encouraging someone to commit suicide was illegal. That meant that the police were probably looking for whoever Otani just before his death. Kurusu was silent, but she was looking at the board and seemed to be listening. It seemed safe. On to the next case. Let's find out. Second, the case that occurred on the 19th. It's a plain, leaky noise from the condition of body extraction. It happened here in Shinsen. The girl's name was Momone Takeyanagi, age 20. She was a Sengit singer on Nikoniya. She'd been getting really famous online singing anime theme songs. She was going to sing at the Restoration Festival too. Every sunny day, she'd always go to the same place at the same time and put on a performance in her fancy band costume. That day, she started her concert pretty late. But something was wrong. Her voice was small, and it didn't sound like she usually did. And then in the middle of the concert, she died. Blood loss here too. She'd been stabbed in the stomach before she started the concert. What's strange was the condition the body was found in. You don't play the video.
Oh.
And a moment later, Caruso looked confused when she heard the sound. Evidently, she wasn't able to. Oh, not that one. The one Shibuya News upped with the hands on.
ああ、そっちだよな。
マジで死んでるって。マジで死んでるって。救急車呼べって。ありがとう。ゆっくりしていってね。ありがとう。ゆっくりしていってね。ありがとう。ゆっくりしていって。
Her expression changed. She must have been able to hear it this time. Thanks. Take it easy. According to the regulars, that's how she would begin every performance.
ニアドユーザーだからな。なんでも歌ってみたの歌い手の中では彼女のライブが一番だって最近評判だったらしいぞ。
Caruso seemed to be ignoring me and Hito. She was staring at the computer screen that was the source of the sound.
今のは
The screams are from the audience members who discover the bodies. One of them was recording a video, and that last part was him talking to Nana's voice. It was from a miniature speaker embedded in her skull. Caruso seemed confused, so he didn't check.
つまりその日のライブは最初から録音されたものだったんだよ。
Evidence found later indicated that she'd slit open her own stomach with a utility knife she got at a convenience store and stuck a Bluetooth speaker inside. She closed the wound up with duct tape, not that it actually did much good. Then she used her clothes and the outfit to hide the wound and started her performance. First she played the guitar along with the sound of her recorded voice, but after a while she stopped playing it. That was when she leaned forward and didn't get back up. So she was probably already dead then. While the audience thought it was strange, they kept listening. Either the blood from her wounds broke the portable music player in her pocket, maybe it was supposed to be this way from the start. But until that same line you just heard played over and over, no one realized she was dead. Caruso's face was a mixture of confusion and discomfort. Of course it was. She never heard of something like this. Couldn't hold back my excitement. Huh? Amazing, right? Instead of agreeing, Caruso's brow furrowed. She probably didn't realize it, but she wrapped her arms around herself. What was wrong? Was that a little too creepy?
で
Was for me.
ここまでは単にこれまでの事件の整理だろ。発見ってのは
Oh, yeah. He was right. We used the computer to print out a series of pictures. Obviously, we don't know what the motive behind these two killings are. The one suspect we've got is whoever visited Akani's room, and we don't know who they are, what they wanted, or what they were talking about. But I think there's more of this to come. It's only a guess, though, based off of something the victim told me.
はマジか
Ito leapt out of his chair. Well, I can blame him.
共通点に関しては散々話し合ったろ。分かったのは渋谷に住んでることと宮堂のユーザーだったこと。あとはまあ2人ともある程度の知名度があって自殺した状況が異常だってことくらいか。でもそんなもんじゃそれ以上のことは何も見えてこなかっただろう。
So you didn't see the other thing they had in front of them. Pointed towards the bulletin board as he spoke. Ito looked really annoyed.
偉そうにしよってからに。そもそもこっちの気を引くようにプリントアウトしてるやつはなんだ。
One of the best parts of finding something like this was seeing the angry look on his face. Well, it was only yesterday that I found it myself.
散らさなくていいから何を見つけたの？
Caruso beckoned for me to go on. No matter what she said, after hearing all this, she probably wanted to know what came next. Oh, it was unprinted. Kazuki suddenly stood in front of me. She offered me the printed images without a word. Thanks. Then she offered me something else. A lollipop? Are you giving me this? She nodded. Thanks. No, it's not the one from her mouth. Come on. Kazuki seemed to be communicating in her own unique way. She walked over to the bulletin board and tapped the data printouts on the two cases with her fingers.
和樹どうした？
She did it again. I saw the part she was pointing at and nodded. That's right. The dates. The 7th, the 19th. That's what they have in common. Strange deaths on September 7th and September 19th. Ring a bell? Kept looking at Ito. Usually he would be the one to pick up on this. A second later, he froze. He must have figured it out. Yep, with your love of weird murders, you know what I'm talking about. Pinned the images I just printed out onto the bulletin board's map. September 7th, the group dive. September 19th, the pregnant man. September 29th, crucified. October 10th, the vampirer. October 23rd, brain dead. October 28th, yummy hand. November 4th, the DQN puzzle.
ニュージェネレーションの狂気。
New generation, man. Yep. 6 years ago in 2009, a series of strange deaths had occurred just before the earthquake that struck Shibuya on November 6th. They became famous for the words left at the scene of every crime. Those eyes. Whose eyes? They called the killings the New Generation Madness. The murders took place in Shibuya, but the whole country took an interest in them. At the time, I was in 6th grade, and just like a lot of people, I followed every new development on the internet. The dates match up exactly with the dates of the murder 6 years ago. They may be set up to look like suicides, but they're every bit as weird as the old killings.
偶然でしょ。
She seemed to be trying to force the words out of her throat. Kurusu was acting a little strange. Her arms clutched her torso even tighter.
副部長？
Maybe it was because of all the creepy pictures she'd seen. Kurusu was clearly shaking. She tried her best to stop it as she spoke.
何でも関連づけて大きくしたがるのはやめなさい。2つたまたま一致しただけでしょ。
We'll know for sure soon. The third New Generation Madness took place on September 29th. In other words, today. If something weird happens Shibuya again, we'll know for sure. If a coincidence happens 3 times, it's not a coincidence anymore. phone rang. It was mine. Yes, hello?
違うんだ。いや、事故？とにかく、タクの言う通りのことが起きたかもしれないんだよ。
I could feel my heart starting to race as she spoke. It was the Love Hotel area in Dogenzaka, 5 minutes from Shibuya Station. A few days ago, there had been some kind of suspicious fire here, and I'd come to do some reporting. The place was supposedly a love hotel spot, but even at night when business should have been booming, it wasn't particularly exciting. During the day when all the lights were turned off, if you didn't look at the signs, it wouldn't look very different from your average neighborhood. One of the buildings was a 4-story love hotel with the terrible name Fairies Dance. It faced a narrow street and there was no parking lot, so the police car was parked at a meter nearby.
こっち
Sarika was standing in front of a general store some distance away. She was supposed to be spending the day taking photos of the area around the last 2 crime scenes. What happened?
わかんない。さっきゲンさんと107の近くですれ違った時に、ここで何かが起きたって教えてくれたの。
I just don't get that guy. Where does he find out about this stuff? It's helpful, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Jen was a homeless man I knew who had sold me all the books in my secret stash. He was a drunk who claimed to be of noble blood, but the stories he told me about his past didn't sound very noble at all. The guy was a weirdo, but since he spent all his time wandering around Shibuya, he knew a surprising amount of info about it.
でも、大事なのは間違いないっぽいよ。さっき中に入ってった警察の人が応援呼んでたみたいだし。
I see. I decided to start by taking a video of the outside of the hotel with my smartphone. Oh yeah, we hit
Oh my.
720p.
こういう時だけ足早いな。
like these. I left the 2 of them in the club room, and they'd only just now caught up with me. They must have ran here. Ito especially was breathing very heavily. What? Kurusu came too? Kazuki had decided not to come, evidently. Of course not. I'd never seen her outside, except when we were going to and from school.
で、事件か？
I told Ito what I'd heard from Sarika. He seemed really disappointed.
なんだそりゃ。単に血は喧嘩かなんかで騒ぎになったんじゃねえの？
Would you call reinforcements just for that? Today's the 29th, you know.
だから、気にしすぎだって言ってるでしょ？
You really gotta see this dead body. Kurusu seemed upset. She glanced at the love hotels around her in disgust.
早く学校に戻りましょう。学生がいていい場所じゃない。監視カメラに映っているのが問題になったらどうするの？
She probably didn't want to get involved. Ever since the rebuilding, there have been more cameras around Shibuya than ever before, even around the love hotels. In our school uniforms, we probably stood out. Kurusu motioned for us to go home. And then? I saw something in the viewfinder. On the 3rd floor of the Love Hotel, the windows in one of the rooms facing the alley were open. The windows must have been all the way open, because the curtains were fluttering out. Hey, you normally don't open the windows in a place like this, do you? I asked Ito as I looked up at him.
まあそうなんじゃねえの？使ったことなんかねえからわかんねえけど。
Ito followed my gaze and saw it for himself. It felt suspicious. I'd never been to a love hotel either, so I didn't know. But normally you'd keep the windows shut, right? You wouldn't want people seeing or hearing what you were doing. Huh? And then suddenly, I heard a sound from somewhere. It was a calming song with a simple melody. I took a closer listen. Was it a music box? Definitely was. It was coming from the room with the open windows. It sounded like it was inviting us in. What was going on? I looked around. The building across from the open window was another love hotel, but it had no windows on that side. Couldn't look into the building like I'd done with the karaoke box last week, and I certainly couldn't climb my way up.
ちょっと何考えてるの？
I must have had a pensive look on my face because Kurusu turned to me and asked, "If we can get inside without them finding us?" I looked over at the parking meters. There was still only the one car. Okay. There should be a rear entrance somewhere, so let's do it before the police backup gets here. Ito, go around from that side.
Oh!
I'll take this side.
ちょっとタクル、こっち見なさい。
I began to go around the building, not waiting for Ito's answer, but Caruso grabbed my arm.
ダメ。こんなの部活の範疇じゃないでしょ。私の言うことが聞けないの？
Crap. She was just a millimeter short of making that face again.
しかもここ、いかがわしいホテルでしょう。それに、もし妙なことに巻き込まれたらどうするの？
I knew all that, but I didn't want to give up. This might be my chance to get a real scoop.
停学にでもなったらどうするつもり？姉として弟を危険な目に遭わせるわけにはいかないの。
Sister, we're not actually family, are we? Instantly, Caruso grabbed me by the collar with incredible force and brought her face so close to me that our foreheads touched. I could tell her cheeks were flushed. There was a small wordless growl from deep within her throat, and her arms were shaking a little as she held me. What was she trying to say? No, I knew what she was trying to say. Caruso didn't say it. Caruso wasn't the sort of awful person who'd bring up the distant past to try and win an argument. Anyway, that was all over now. It wasn't either of our faults.
やめー！
Suddenly, Sarika ran over and tackled Caruso. Momentum slammed both of them into the ground.
ちょっとセリカ、何して。喧嘩はダメだよ、のんちゃん、タク。5人でみんな仲良くが新聞部のモットーでしょ？
No, that was never our motto.
しんちゃんも止めなきゃダメじゃん。
いや、つうかどこ行ってたんだ？
ああ、そうだ。喧嘩してる場合じゃないんだよ、タク。
She suddenly hopped up like a cheap toy.
裏のドア開いてる。
Oh boy, good job. Let's commit some crimes, boys. What?
喉乾いて自販機なくてホテルの中ならあるだろうと思って裏のドア見つけて開けて中入って自販機やってさすが妖精のダンスじゃんやるじゃんって思って買って一気飲みしてたらあれって。
んだよそれ。
You always get ahead of yourself.
タク、どうするの？
I could tell that Caruso was glaring at me. But she didn't say anything. She couldn't say anything. Let's go together. If we pretend to be a couple, we might be able to fool them if it comes to that.
Okay.
As soon as the words were out of my mouth, Sarika beckoned me to follow her. I did. I didn't say it, but in my heart I apologized to Caruso as I went. Of course, she couldn't hear me, so she didn't say anything.
階段
向こうなんだけどな。
We went inside the hotel from the rear entrance and hid behind the corner that led to the lobby. This was my first time inside a love hotel. It was a lot less gaudy than I expected. The name was false advertising. There were no fairies and no one was dancing. Maybe the quiet atmosphere was a selling point? But...
ですから人を早くよこしてください。いや、それは新庄さんに聞いてください。
The quiet was ruined by the sound of a police officer screaming into his phone. He was either confused or just excited because he kept saying the same things over and over again. Something had happened after all. Something bad enough that he needed backup. This was my chance. If we could get to the scene before the place was overflowing with cops, we might be able to find an unexpected scoop.
はい、それは間違いありません。確認しました。ですがこちらでは判断が。いえ、ですからそういう状態じゃないんです。
Damn it. The cop was in the way. Whether we took the stairs or the elevator, we needed to go through the lobby to get to them.
タク、行くよ。
Huh?
早く。
Wait. Sarika took me by the arm as if we were a couple and entered the lobby without trying to hide at all. Hey, come on! She ignored me and walked straight for the stairs.
Oi!
The cop must have seen us because he yelled at us from behind. Shit. Probably hadn't seen our faces. Should we run? Or that would just make us look suspicious.
部屋から出るなと言っているだろう。はい。いえ、すいません、大丈夫です。それより早く応援を。
He started to mumble into the phone. Across the lobby without looking back. Don't do anything too crazy.
でもタクの言った通りだったじゃん。ごまかせたごまかせた。
That scared me. That was a close call. My heart was pounding so loud that the noise was making me sick. Could he not tell that we were high school students? No, even if he only saw us from behind, he'd be able to tell by our uniforms. Why didn't he arrest us? Maybe he was panicking so much that the thought never occurred to him.
テトはどうしようか。
Sarika let go of my arm and turned toward me. That's right. Now wasn't the time for thinking about other things. We don't know whether or not that room on the third floor is what we're after, but we should start there. If it doesn't work, we can try other places. Once the police backup arrives, we leave. But from the way that officer was acting, something was definitely up. We need to get photos before we go.
オッケー。
It was quiet. The policeman's voice was still drifting up the stairs, but it only made the quiet seem more oppressive. Just like he'd said, the customers had probably been told not to leave their rooms. It was too late for it to matter now, but I was starting to feel a little scared. And to think of it, if something had happened, maybe the killer was still here?
そういえばタク、まだのんちゃんと喧嘩しちゃってるんだね。
Sarika's voice was relaxed. I was grateful. I'd take any opportunity to relieve this tension. It wasn't really a fight. No, maybe it was.
でもまだクルスって呼んでるんでしょ。気持ちはわかるけど、なんとかならないかな。
Till half a year ago, I'd call her Nono, her first name. After the incident caused me to leave the dorm, I'd never called her that again. As long as I kept calling her Kurusu, she'd keep being mad at me. Must have been hurting some important part of her.
タク。
Oh. Next thing I knew, we were on the third floor. Sarika had gotten ahead of me at some point, and was poking her head around the corner and into the hallway.
誰もいないみたい。
Good. Took out my phone and got ready to record. Here we go. soon as I went into the third floor hallway, I found myself holding my breath. My heart was pounding even louder than when the cop had yelled at us. I tried to control myself and look down the corridor. The rooms must have been very big because the gap between the doors was large. The floor was red, sinking into black as the hallway stretched away. I could hear the unpleasant sound of blowing air. I must have had the air conditioning on. There were no windows and there wasn't a lot of light, so the hallway looked pretty creepy. But there was nothing out of the ordinary about it otherwise. But still, it was strange. The air felt solid. It felt like someone would jump out from the shadows the second you let your guard down. Or perhaps that there were traps scattered everywhere along the floor. For a second, the floor seemed to be stained with blood, but I shook that image out of my mind. What was this? It was like the fear you feel in the darkness at night. Was it just because there was so little light? No. It was worse than that. It felt like someone was watching me and enjoying my unease. It was like they were peering deep into my heart.
タク
I almost jumped off the ground with a start.
どうしたの
Don't just talk to me like that. You scared the hell out of me. It's nothing. Hey, isn't this kind of weird? Gesture with my head down the hallway. Sarika looked past me into the darkness.
そりゃ暗いからなんか不気味だけど雰囲気作りとかじゃないの
Was it? Was that all? Was it being too sensitive? I tried flipping the light switch on the wall next to me, but nothing happened. Maybe the bulbs were burnt out, or maybe it wasn't the switch for this hallway at all. Damn it. This wasn't 1407 or something. What a clever name change. It turned around. The only person there was Sarika. No one else was looking at me. It took some time to make sure of it before I spoke. Let's go. Sarika nodded cheerfully and stayed behind me as we walked deeper into the hallway. Remember the location of the window I'd seen outside. It's probably deeper in the hall. Furthest one back or the one before it. It's probably one of these two. I walked as silently as I could down the long hallway toward the last rooms on the left side. With every step I took, I could feel the sensation of the hallway floor through the bottom of my heels. It was like I was being forced to think about nerves I had never used. My body felt very tense. I didn't see any cops in the hallway. Usually I'd at least leave one person here at the scene. Was this the wrong floor? I reached the second to last door. Room 306. Oh boy. So, positive, negative, or reality? Oh boy. I'm gonna actually make a real save here. There. I feel like this one... This looks like a vital choice, so... Positive, reality, or negative? Ooh. Positive, ooh, I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. I listened carefully, but didn't hear anything revealing. Just the quiet rumble of the air conditioner.
覗き穴とかないの？
Come on. This is a love hotel.
ああ、そっか。
Hey, what are you...
ノック。
You can't... And suddenly the door opened. You didn't expect anyone to open it, so Sarika and I first. And then they came out.
あら、坊やたちが次のお客さんかしら。
What the... This is coming from my DualShock. It was a voluptuous woman with long hair. She was completely naked. And not only that, her body was as nice as any you'd see in a magazine. Wait, didn't she look a lot like a model or actress I saw on TV?
タク、見ちゃダメ。
Wait, tell me if you can hear the woman talking on stream while she talks again.
かわいいお客さんね。入って。
Okay, let me know if you heard that on the stream. Okay. Oh no.
そういうんじゃないんで。
いいのよ。お嬢さんも一緒でも。
Like, it's coming from, like, the game or my microphone? In other words, what exactly? Okay.
すっごく気持ちよくさせてあげる。だから、おいで。
Yeah, like, it's coming from the DualShock's speaker.
タク、
I wasn't
どうしよ
expecting this. Why do you look like you want to go inside?
だって。
Sarika's face was red with embarrassment. She whispered softly.
気持ちよくなりたいし。
That's not what we're here for. Something was wrong with me.
そんな状況って？
Damn it. I said what I was thinking out loud. No, it's nothing. Sarika was still knocking on the door to room 306, but no one was answering. Police aren't here either. Maybe it's not this floor. I flinched back at the sudden noise. Was that the sound of breaking glass? It was from the next room over, right? She was clinging to my back in surprise with her hands on my shoulders.
多分奥でしょ？
Sarika pointed to the next room. We stood there for a moment. The violent sound must have scared her because Sarika's easygoing mood had totally vanished. But we waited a while and nothing more happened. There were no voices or sounds of struggle. The hallway was the same as ever. But was I imagining it? Was the hall a little darker than before? Should we go back? Sarika didn't answer my question. She didn't seem afraid, but she had a serious look on her face as she stared down the hallway. Maybe something had happened and the killer was still there? No, wait. I need to think about this rationally. There was an officer on the first floor who had called for backup. Usually when a call came in, the police never came there alone. There was always more than one. I'd found that out for myself during my reporting, so I was sure of it. So there had to be another officer at the scene. The killer couldn't just be hiding there. If there was any chance of that, the cop would have just told us to go back to our rooms. Did the killer break the glass during a struggle? No, that didn't make sense either. there any chance of them being able to do that, would that officer have gone downstairs? Probably gone down there to tell the front desk not to let anyone else in. Damn it. I had no proof, but it should be okay. More than anything, I hadn't taken any photos yet. What? I jumped literally when I heard the sudden sound. It was a very strange sound, one that didn't belong here at all. I looked and saw that Sarika had gotten so nervous she'd taken out her Froggy Guerrero strap and started to play with it. She probably didn't even know she was doing it. I softly poked her with my elbow, motioned for her to keep quiet, and she seemed confused, but then she realized what she was doing and quickly put the strap back in her pocket. As soon as she was done, I looked down the hall once more, all the way to the front of the room. We should head there. Tried to steel myself and checked over my shoulder once more to make sure no one was there. I started to walk forward, very carefully. I was afraid of making even the slightest sound. Sarika followed me wordlessly with her hand on my shoulder. I grabbed her hand with my free hand. The other was holding my smartphone. She squeezed it tight. The feeling of her fingers kept me strong as I walked forward. The next room. Room 305. The room at the far end of the hallway. Just like 306, it had a plain old door, but it felt like it was exuding an intense pressure.
ここからだよね。
She was asking about the sound. I think so. I answered despite not having any proof at all. We waited but still heard nothing. I looked around once more to make sure no one was there, then put my ear up against the door. And then I heard a small sound. It was a sound that I'd heard outside. The sound from the windows, like a music box playing. It was relaxed and peaceful, even if we weren't. It played the same tune over and over. This is the room. The one with the open windows. Sarika was looking at me.
開く?
No, that's... I hesitated, but she put her hand on the doorknob.
ダメ。
She seemed relieved but a little upset. Knew exactly how she felt. Felt the same way. I moved away from the door. Would have liked to take some photos before I left, but... Huh?
今、鍵の音しなかった?
Yeah. That was what it sounded like. We were too confused to move. There was no sign of anyone coming out. I slowly touched the doorknob. It turned. The door was unlocked. How? As if guided by all the strange things that were happening, I pushed the record button on my smartphone. I gripped the doorknob tighter. A voice in my mind told me to stop, to go back. But it was wiped by the sound of the smartphone recording starting and the door slowly opening. The more it opened, the less I was able to ignore my curiosity. It felt like something besides security was pushing me forward as I opened the door. That song was playing in the dimly lit room. All the lights were off, but the sun outside was streaming through the open window. Its light was very weak. The curtain in front of me, which partitioned off a part of the room, was blocking the light. I gulped and realized my lips were dry. I ran my tongue over them to wet them a little, and then I realized my heart was pounding. The sound was so loud I thought my heart might have somehow moved up into my ears. seemed to be beating out some bizarre rhythm, and it was making me sick. I forced myself to swallow my saliva and hoped it would keep me from throwing up. Then I took a slow step forward. I held up my phone to record what I was seeing, and then I realized something. The curtain wasn't partitioning the room. It was a bed. There was a raised spot off the floor with a circular bed, surrounded by a curtain. Light was streaming out from behind it. The windows we'd seen were on the other side of it. The song seemed to be coming from there as well. Crap. It was too dark. I went to flip the nearby light switch, then forced myself to stop. No. I couldn't touch anything in the room. Some kind of crime must have taken place here. But I was too scared to go any deeper into the darkness. My shoes made my steps loud against the floor. There was no response, only the relaxed melody. I gave a signal to Serica, who was still behind me, and went deeper into the room. What? For a moment, I thought I heard the sound of creaking metal. I felt like I was hearing it between the gaps in the music box's melody. But there was no change that I could see. No one jumped out. Nothing was moving. It was just the sound of the music box. I looked from one part of the room to another to make sure nothing was amiss. And then I slowly moved forward. My eyes adjusted to the gloom I saw. A police officer. A woman? The officer was lying up against the bathroom, his legs splayed and his head drooping. The girl was lying on the floor face down. She showed no sign of noticing us. No, that wasn't right. The glass behind them was shattered into 1,000 pieces. Crap. The second I understood what was going on, the handle of the smartphone started to shake. Crap. I could see a little blood dripping off the police officer's head. I spun around as I heard the sound. The warmth drained from my face in an instant, and my whole body shivered. Someone was sitting on the bed. I staggered back and slammed into Serica. Let's get out of here now! I couldn't move. My hand was frozen as I pointed the smartphone towards whoever was behind the curtain. It wasn't doing what I told it. Damn it. I took a step back, tripped, and then fell to the floor. My lungs weren't working right. The silhouette moved a little, and I flinched. No, it didn't move. The bed was rotating. Whoever was behind the curtain showed no sign of noticing us. They didn't budge an inch. What the hell is going on here? Erica's voice sounded like it was far away. I ran back to the entrance and slammed myself into the door. It wasn't opening. Won't it open? Serica yelled back at me. Serica screamed as she slammed against the door. I helped her try to batter it down. It didn't work. It was like trying to batter down a wall. Suddenly, I heard a knock at the door. I reflexively jumped away without thinking. window. Sarkis' hand ran to the back of the room. I was silent with myself. What was that? Curtain was open. There was a man there. Let's see. No, he was moving slowly. There was a man. New sound came from the wire wrapped around his neck. The wire was hanging down from the ceiling, choking me. Body moved as I heard another sound. Spun around. Oof. I screamed. And then I heard something from behind me. I don't know what I did. The next thing I knew, my whole field of vision had turned red. And I felt something like a ball hit me. Before I could understand what it was, everything faded to black. September 30th, 2015, Wednesday.
midnight. 新庄さん、所持品と防犯カメラの映像から親族に裏取れました。死亡したのは柿田博則22歳。渋谷在住のフリーターで更新でマーケティングのアルバイトをしていたようです。
更新でバイト？恋人は？
いません。同居人もなし。一人暮らしだったようです。
くそ。
新庄さん、マスコミへの対応どうしますか？海洋見テレビやニコニアのネット記者が引き下がらなくて。
それから現場にいた例の子たちですが、壁標の新聞部と言っていた2人、状態は落ち着いたみたいなんですが、やはりところどころ要領を得ません。 もう一人の女の子も身元を示すものを何も持っていなく、柿田の交友関係、親戚筋から洗っていますが、まだ当たりません。こっちは完全黙秘です。
あと先ほど検視の方から問い合わせが。
待て、勝手に。
ニコニアニュースの渡部です。すいません、一体何が起こって。
出て行け、許可なく入るな。
一言お願いします。
Ginger's men physically dragged the reporter out of the room. He had to stop himself from putting his hands to his head and mouth. He couldn't let his men see him like he didn't get along with his superiors, but he managed to beg his way into being in trouble in this case.
窓枠の鑑識が終わったらすぐに外から見えないようにしといてくれ。あのネット記者は最近何するかわからん。
はい。
検視は俺が直接対応する。それから会社の仕事周りへの人数を増やしてくれ。上には後で俺から言っておく。
はい。それで例の子たちは。
それも俺が持つ。じゃよろしく頼む。
はい。
よし。
はい、信用調査会社フリージアでございます。
俺です。
あら、新庄ちゃん、遅かったわね。もうちょっと早く連絡が来ると思ってたけど。
すいません。
現場の面倒をちゃんと見てるから苦労すんのよ。少しはあの人みたいにチャランポランでいきなさいな。
先輩の性格まで見習うつもりはありませんよ。
真面目だわね。いつまでも真面目が美徳だと思ってると痛い目見るわよ。
百瀬さん、そんなことより相談したいことがあるんです。
それって殺人なの？自殺なの
？Momose asked her question after he described the situation. She got to the heart of the problem.
現状ではそれがわからないんです。
The hotel had gotten suspicious when Kakita had never come down. They wanted phone calls to the room, and unanswered, they contacted the police. Two officers, as well as someone from the hotel, had gotten to the room and found the body of the girl. One officer stayed at the scene to keep it secure, and the other searched the hotel to make sure it was safe. During the search, he forgot to lock the employee entrance and back through the stairs. That was how the two stones from Hikio had gotten in. Shortly after he left the room, the girl woke up and started screaming when the officer had stayed. He'd hit his head on the edge of the glass window and knocked himself out. He was going to be fine, but he could not hold himself. When the backup got there, they found the girl unconscious on the floor. The boy from Hikio was passed out on the floor too. The other girl from Hikio was throwing up, also on the floor. Kakita's cause of death was asphyxia via strangulation. The wire around his neck was kind used at construction sites. It had been hung in an X pattern from the lights on the ceiling, and he'd been sitting on the bed as it rotated. That's why there was so much pressure on his neck that, finally, his head had set. From the estimated time of death, Kakita had passed away before the police had even been contacted. The body on the bed kept spinning in time to the music, one rotation every 2 minutes. In the end, the man's head had been cut off completely. The problem was the girl in the room. No indication that she'd ever touched Kakita. There were no fingerprints or any other signs that she touched Kakita's body, the bed, or the woman. The only things they found under her fingernails were skin and blood from the officer she'd strangled. In fact, there was no indication she'd touched much of anything in the room. Everything they found belonged to Kakita. And according to the officer she'd strangled when she had attacked him, she'd clearly been in an unstable psychological state. Her eyes were bloodshot, and out of focus.
つまり何？その女の子は柿田って男が死ぬのを黙って見ていて、部屋の中のものにほとんど触れず、混濁した意識のまま警官に襲いかかって首を絞めた。なるほど。厄介だわね。現場に入り込んだっていう適法の子たちは？
ショックが大きかったようで、最初は何も喋らなかったんですが、今は少しずつ話し始めています。ですが、いろいろと問題のある癖法の子ですから。
Checked with the school and verified their security cameras put their entrance as them coming in, which matched with their testimony. But he didn't know what to make of their testimony that the door had opened on its own, or that someone else had tried to come into the room. The door was equipped with an automatic lock, and the only person inside the room could have opened it. They turned out to not have any relationship to Kakita or the girl, but they let them walk with a certain
結局のところ、一番大きな手がかりは部屋に潜んでいたその子なんですが、
そのままだと非感知よね。
はい。そうなると大幅に捜査が遅れることになるので、そうしたくないんです。
分かったわ。ちょっと情報を回させてちょうだい。多分新庄ちゃんの立場的に無理してもらうことになるから覚悟はしといてね。3分後にこっちからかけ直すから。
あ、助かります。よろしくお願いします。
あ、ちょっと。
はい。
そういえばお願いがあるのよ。絶対に新庄ちゃんのためにもなることなんだけど、
Yeah.
聞いてくれないかしら。
It's a bit weird. So it was basically an order then, Shinjo thought to himself.
何ですか？
この件に関して私より詳しいうちの子が一人いるのよ。それで今回の現場を直接見たいって言ってるんだけど、お願いできない？
部外者を現場に？
いつだって物事を解決するヒントを与えるのは部外者よ。
After all, I'm an outsider too, In his head, Shinjo went over the steps he'd have to take, the time required to take them.
明日、いや、明後日で構いませんか？
さすが新庄ちゃん、話せるじゃない。よくそれで堅物揃いの捜査一課に残れてるわね。
ではよろしくお願いします。
あ、ちょっと新庄ちゃん。
Barely stopped himself from ending the call.
まだ何か？
念のためアドバイスをしとこうと思って。2つね、言っておくけど、さっきのは冗談じゃないのよ。
は？
チャランポランで行きなさいっていうやつよ。これから間違いなく新庄ちゃんの理解の外にある事件は続くわよ。その時一番邪魔になるのは常識だから気をつけなさいな。
肝に銘じます。
そこで真面目に返事しているようではまだまだね。もう一つはね、うちの子に取って食われないようにね。油断してると新庄ちゃんが部外者になりかねないわよ。
September 30th, 2015, Wednesday.
なあ、スイポ見た？
Okay. I think after about 3 hours of solid reading, I'm ready to head to bed. Jesus. Save here. Email now, and yeah, I'll do that. And stream ends now.